Lean much further, you'll go overboard. Keeping an eye out for Almeidria's ship?
I'm looking at the ocean.
The ocean?
Yeah. The waves. They help me think. This world is filled with natural wonders. The icy air and white peaks of Cyslodia. The lush green glades of Menancia. The harsh wastes of Calaglia. But Menancia has its Lake of Death, and Nias its ruins. And they wouldn't be there if it weren't for that contest.
Say we actually manage to put a stop to the crown contest for good. What do you think will happen between the Dahnans and the Renans then?
You first.
Well, I want to believe that the coexistence we saw in Menancia can happen elsewhere, too. It's insane for all of us to keep fighting. If Menancia can do it, so can everyone else.
Yeah, I think that would be good too. A world where everyone can get along. At least, that's what I've come to believe.
You sure have changed.
I can't lie to you. Since I was young, I've looked down on the Dahnans too. But I've seen a lot. And I see things differently now. I've seen so many ugly and terrible things in this world. And yet, they didn't come from just the Dahnans. And the good things too. They didn't come from just the Renans. Kindness and cruelty exist on both sides. A person's race doesn't factor into it. So, Alphen, I have changed. You know, I've never actually touched another person like this.
Shionne.
Ever since I was on Lenegis, I've always been alone. Even after I came to Dahna. Always.
And now?
Do you still not remember your past?
No. Sometimes it feels like I can almost remember. But then this mask stops me.
The mask keeps you from remembering why you have the mask in the first place. It's a little ironic, isn't it?
A little. Well, it won't be long now before you're rid of those thorns, you know? Only 2 lords remain. And once you have their master course, you'll be able to create the Renis Alma, right? Then you can... Shionne?
Sorry, it's nothing. Promise. You're right, though. It'll all be over soon. I never could have made it this far on my own. I have everyone to thank for that. Including... especially you, Alphen.
Don't worry about it. We're friends, after all.
Yeah, we are.
Wonder how much longer it's going to be before we catch up to Almeidria. I'll ask Mahavar.
Look who's up! Good timing. We're closing in on her stern as we speak.
That's the ship? She's huge. Law, go gather the others, will you? Think you'll be able to flank them without getting spotted?
Yeah, with the fog as our ally, I think I might just pull it off. Long as we ain't too noisy, we should be okay.
What'll you do if they catch on to us?
Not much I can do. Ship that size, they'll probably blow us to bits before we ready cannons.
Persistent little things. Evidently, I shouldn't have spared the wretched vermin. Hungry already, my dear? You shall have plenty to feast upon shortly.
Perfect. You managed to get us right up beside them.
I'll stay with the ship so we can leave as soon as you're done.
Good. Then let's find Almadria.
Shionne.
Now that's what I call a ship!
Yeah. The biggest one in all of Mahag Saar. So big that it took years to construct.
For all we know, Kelsilik may well have been smuggling materials to help build it. In which case it would be yet another mistake on my part.
We don't know that she was only getting materials from Menancia.
You think it's possible that they might have come from elsewhere too? Yeah, I guess I could see it.
But what do you think Almadria plans to do from here on out, now that she's abandoned her realm and sailed out to sea? She'll be filling her coffers with gold, most likely. Then she'll sit back and enjoy the show as the other lords duke it out. Or something to that effect, at least.
I wouldn't put it past her.
She's strong, yet shrewd, and will stoop to any low. A dangerous one indeed.
She's not the first, and she won't be the last. This is a lord we're talking about, remember?
Sounds like you've made up your mind already.
There was never anything to decide. No one who can smile like that while doing what she did deserves to roam free.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
This might not be the best time, but if you have a minute. That mask of yours, it was shattered by a blow from Balseph when you fought back in Calaglia, correct?
Yeah, thanks for the reminder. I thought I was a goner.
Balsef's brute strength was in a league all its own. Yet half the mask remains. It's remarkably durable. Too durable to be Dahnan in origin.
Shionne said the same thing. As if the fact I was wearing it meant there had to be more to me than met the eye.
You recalled your name when the mask broke, I hear.
Yeah, that's right. Although to tell you the truth, I'm a little scared what might happen when I lose the remaining half. Then again, the idea of not doing something because I'm afraid scares me even more.
Only he who first faces the night catches a glimpse of the dawn.
Come again?
It's nothing.
Rising up!
I'm going in!
Support!
It's over! You're mine! It's on! Support!
Mission!
You're mine! Orochi's Fury!
Swallow dance!
Tectonic punch! Flew away!
Nice. No scratches on my shield or my armor.
Gotta break through!
Bring him down!
Rising Wyvern! Ignite!
Here support!
You think that shield will save you?
I can carve through walls!
My shield! Rising Wyvern!
I'm just getting
Flew away!
Eagle assault! We can really make weapons with this?
Huh?
Got it! That went well.
Are you okay? You're not too tired, are you?
Nope, I'm fine. Let's keep moving.
It'll be a breeze. Get in, get out.
I'm not done!
Tempest,
Rising Wyvern!
do it! Long remote!
Demons descend! Flashing fang!
Now!
These ones can run rings around us.
Green Slash! No escape! Orochi's Fury!
Do it!
Kisara! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
Am I on a roll or what?
Well, look who's in a bright and shiny mood.
It'll be a breeze. Get in, get out.
My shield flew away! We're not kidding!
Do it!
Take down their defenses!
Austin, if you hear it now!
Prepare to be sealed!
Do it!
Astral energy!
Say no more.
Our work is done here. Let's move.
I'm right the...
Little help!
You're my... Not today! Raining Slash!
You'll have
I can carve through
I'm
walls!
not done!
May 1,000 gales carry the drag! Nail!
Now!
Too fast!
Stand back! I'll trip it up!
Now!
It's
Here's
open!
evil! Ready! Freeze Lancer!
I'm not done! Raining Slash!
Everyone hanging in there?
It'll be a breeze. Get in, get out.
Now you learn! Raining Slash!
They really don't give up, do they?
It's all mine!
In here! I'm leaving this way!
Now! I'm on it! Orochi's Fury!
Do it!
Rising Wyvern! Follow me! In an instant! Impact Cross!
Any injuries? Little help! Let me help!
Orochi, I won't show you any mercy! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade! Not a chance! I'm not done! Lightning Falcon! Raining Slash! Flew away!
Do it! Rip its tail!
You're finished!
Eagle assault!
Astral energy!
managed to pull through.
Right, here goes! The rebels! Rip and tear! You're mine! That freaking done it! Damn it! It's over!
A showdown between blade and fist.
Do it! You're mine! Rising Wyvern! Voice Blast! Here I come!
That hit the spot.
Rising Falcon!
Now in the groove.
Blow away! You're mine! Voice Blast! Take this! Voice Blast!
Here I go. You're
Blow away! Strike! On your knees!
Astral energy! Full throttle!
A comfortable win.
Never seen anything like it.
It's an authentication key. They're quite common.
Maybe where you're from, but this is new to me.
It might go in an elevator somewhere. We should test it out.
Go no further!
You're mine!
Laser spear!
I'm not
Here's
done!
evil!
Crush!
Project Game! Here goes!
Rising Wyvern!
Blaze Lancer!
I'm not done!
Eagle Assault!
Time
It's a dual the art!
Eternal devastation!
Law!
Demons descend! Flashing fang!
Not a chance! You got fired!
I've got this! Let a marksman handle it!
Rising all yours!
Dragon Shell!
Strike! Void!
Demon Blazer!
Swallow dance! Eternal devastation! You're mine!
Let's keep our eyes on the prize.
No backing down!
You're mine! Now you'll learn!
Freaking done
Here I come! You picked the wrong fight! Damn it!
You'll pay for what you did! Xeon, Astral Energy! Full throttle!
My turn!
Now it's
Eternal
in the
Fury! Orochi Fury!
I'll smash you!
Megatron Flash!
Rising
See what
Wyvern!
happened there as you crossed me. Should
You're
have done that.
mine!
Watch this!
Big waterfall!
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw!
Take it! Orochi's Fury!
Surfing knuckle!
Here I come! Eat this!
Eagle Rod!
Orochi's Fury! Rising Wyvern! I'm not done! Strike! Void Blast!
Freezing Storm!
Eagle Rod!
An astral arch?
That's my cue!
Shut him down!
Here's a
That
hero!
freaking does it!
Take this! Blow away! Escape! Big time!
Raging Cascade! Now! Astral Energy! Full throttle!
Lady Fortune must truly be watching over me.
Looks like some solid equipment.
I won't forgive you!
In a bind?
Take this! Rising Wyvern!
Healing Circle! Hey, that...
Green Dust!
Raging Cascade!
Blow away!
Eagle Dodge!
Green Blast! Orochi's Fury!
Healing Art!
I owe you one!
You hear it now!
We did it! My turn! You're mine!
Go get it!
Now we're not...
Race now!
Void Blast! Strike!
These don't seem like your run-of-the-mill Zeugles the Renans usually keep around.
Indeed. I believe it's safe to assume these were used in her experiments.
They certainly look as... It'll be a breeze. Get in, get out.
My not in your dreams. Now under true gun. Astral energy. Full throttle.
My turn! First strike! Talon Hurricane!
Pesky airborne scoundrels.
Sounds like a...
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade! Now! Dragon!
Now I'm in the groove.
Corruption!
Fine! Orochi's Fury!
Take
Rising Wyvern!
By the power of
This
armor won't save you.
Hear me! Flame of
Raining
fury!
Slash!
Swallow down!
Here I come!
You see what happened there as you
Orochi's
crossed?
Fury!
Shouldn't have done that.
In here!
I'm on it! No escape!
Lunar corruption! Baby, this arc field! Weak.
Dark Ring.
The enemy wields arts too.
You'll soon see about that!
Swallow dance!
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw! What's this?
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
This is...
I remember seeing instruments just like this back in Estaluba Forest.
It looks and smells like some kind of medicine.
Whatever this place was used for, I doubt it was anything of repute.
Hi, Hoodle!
Dragon Shell! Raining Slash! Burn in hell! Nothing knuckle! You're mine! Blow away!
Let's do it! Supernova!
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
I'll heal
Not a
you all!
chance! Damn it!
Anything in
Too
order
fast!
is all mine.
Stand back. I'll trip it up.
That's the spot.
A freezing
Blow
storm!
away! Dragon!
Freeze Lancer! Dance with the wind!
Crush! I'm on it!
In here!
Blow away! Raining Slash!
It's Astral energy! Full throttle!
A comfortable win.
What is that huge flower-looking thing up there? Is that the ship's engine?
Indubitably. As one might expect, large ships require large engines in order to sail.
And if we destroyed it?
We might well sink the ship. Who knows if we would be able to escape before that happens.
Almadria sure has been busy since the contest began.
This isn't Almadria's doing.
You mean she didn't build this?
The body, yes. However, my guess is that the engine comes from a starship.
A starship? As in one of those vessels used to go to and from Lenegus?
Correct. The technology employed on Lenegus and in starships is more advanced than anything in our daily lives. Almadria may be resourceful, but she could never produce an engine like this on her own.
You mean to tell me we've got even bigger enemies waiting for us up in the sky? My head hurts just thinking about it.
Don't worry about that for now. Just focus on taking care of Almadria. What's this thing?
Out of our way!
Freaking does it! Fire in the hole! Fire support!
Freezing storm!
I'll punch that gun out of your hand! Engaging! Abort! Mission!
Its armor's too strong.
Split it open! Be my guest!
Energy! By the power
Watch
of
this!
water!
Raining
Raging,
flash!
raging flame! Burning!
Orochi Fury!
Gaze in the wind! Air thrust! Our work is done here. Let's move.
I'm right behind you.
Right, here goes! Now you learn! Orochi Fury! Rising Wolverine! Strike! Rising Falcon! You're finished! Strike! Orochi Fury!
Lunar
Can't get out of this! Die! No escape! I did it! Now, here I come!
Mega Ray!
Dragon Shell!
These need snelling to me.
Yeah! And the pummeling to me!
Raging storm!
Ignite!
I'm on a roll!
Do it! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
I managed to pull through.
It's gone! I see what I am! Move away!
Now you see what I can do!
You're mine!
I'll take my revenge on you!
You're finished! We're not finished!
Can't be square!
This one's
Do
all
it!
mine! Away! Next, my turn! Burn!
Now we're not... Look in the wind!
Raining
Now!
Flash! Grimmo!
Astral energy!
Say no more.
Am I on a roll or what?
Well, look who's in a bright and shiny mood.
You're saying we should check the Alph?
This'll make us even more for... Formidable.
Get lost! Raging storm! Mega Ray!
Raining Flash!
Water!
Orochi Fury!
No shield can stand up to these
Rising
things.
Wyvern! We're not finished! Take this! I'm not done! You're finished!
Now! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished! Not if this one's all mine! You picked the wrong fight!
Eagle
Take
assault!
this!
Ready and
Blow away!
Cyan instant!
These fists have got your name on them.
Orochi Fury!
This! By the power of water!
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Don't get careless.
Hey, look at that enemy! I've got a really bad feeling about this.
Smash you!
With my shield! Orochi Fury!
Glacial Spear!
Rising Wyvern! We're not finished!
Do it! Astral energy!
Say no more.
Flying freaks! Why can't they just sit still?
Shia, can you take care of that?
No sooner said than done! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished.
Am I on a roll or what?
Well, look who's in a bright and shiny mood.
gone! Bring him down! Burn it out! Roach's Fury!
Glacial Spear!
Rising Wyvern! Escape! Force Blast! Strike! You're mine! No escape!
You're
Pull
mine!
away! You're mine! I'm not done! An opponent like this should be easy. Rising Wyvern! We did it! Here I come! Raining Slash! You're finished!
I'll finish you here and now!
It's on! You picked the wrong fight! Rising Falcon!
Do it! Dohaline!
Light Burst Force!
Radiant Genesis!
A comfortable win.
Take this! On your knees! Roach's Fury! Rising Wyvern!
Careful! It has some kind of camouflage!
Rising Falcon!
Swallow dance!
Rising Wyvern! Take this! Eagle Fly! Take this!
May a thousand
Blue escape!
First aid!
You're mine!
I'll fix you up!
Eagle Fly!
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw!
Here. Let me help!
You're mine! Come quiet! I owe you one! It's on! Eat dirt! I owe you one!
Eat this! Will this help you?
Lunar Rondo! Void Flash! It's over!
Healing Rondo!
Talon Hurricane!
Thank you. Here's evil! More where that came from!
Keep charging us!
That's what my shield's for. Get behind me.
Got it! I'll leave it to you!
Watch
Void Flash!
Freeze Lancer!
You're mine!
Glimmer
Dragon! Escape!
Will this help? Eagle Assault! Here's a hit!
Watch this!
Raining Slash!
The enemy hears arts too.
We'll soon see about that! Glacial Spear! Here's evil!
Lunar Rondo! Eagle Flash! Raining Slash! It's over! Not today!
Thunder Field!
You're mine!
Roach's Fury!
Leave the charges to me.
Glacial Spear!
Here I come!
Do it! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished! My turn!
Eat this!
Roach's Fury!
Hurricane!
I'll teach you what! Raining Slash!
Cyclone! Hear me!
I owe you one! Rising Wyvern! Thunder
Here's evil! I never miss!
Do it!
Astral Energy!
Say no more. You're quite the gunslinger.
I have to be, in this world.
Don't worry, I've got your back.
She sure spared no expense on her castle.
This must be...
The captain's quarters. The presence of the spirit vessel and the sheer extravagance on display can leave no doubt.
There's no one here.
Yeah, but I doubt she's out for a moonlight stroll. You think she jumped ship and ran away again?
I doubt it. The conniving witch is probably up to something.
Agreed. In any case, as long as she hasn't suddenly sprouted wings, she has to be somewhere on the ship. Let's keep looking. The way this key's been placed, it's like she's daring us to come find her.
Yeah. Like it's all some damn game to her.
What's wrong, sweetie? Is something scaring you?
Maybe he just doesn't like being in her room.
I think there's more to it than that. What could it be? Is this the ship's cargo? What a pain. I can't see anything past all this stuff.
Be on your guard. For all we know, there could be something hiding around here.
Right,
Here's
here
a
goes!
healing arc! First aid!
You're mine!
Eat this!
Rotate Fury! Crumble!
My astral energy!
Blow away!
Lunar corrupt! I'll shoot them out of the sky! Lunar blaster!
Watch this!
Aim for the weak spot!
In here!
Italian hurricane!
I'm only getting one thing!
Blow away! Distance! Here I come! Struck! Rotate Fury! Super Swallow Dance!
It's weakened!
You're finished! All finished here and now! Struck! You're finished! Take this! Rising Falcon! Take this!
You shouldn't have messed with me!
The freezing storm!
Rotate Fury!
Weak astral energy!
Rising Wiper!
Hurricane!
Rising Falcon!
Here's a healing
Take
arc!
this!
Watch this!
First aid! Divine Streak!
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw!
Savage Roar! This one's all mine!
I'll finish you here and now!
Struck! Raining Slash!
Gale Force!
You're mine! Orochi's Fury!
Do it!
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
This should make for some good weapon crafting material.
Gotta break through! You got spirit! Eat this!
Swallow Dance!
Here I come!
Thank you.
Blow away! Chill!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished.
The freezing
Now!
storm!
Take this!
This armor's too
Smash
strong.
you! Right, deal! Be my guest! Remove!
Astral energy!
Say no more.
Am I on a roll or what?
Well, look who's in a bright and... shiny mood. What's this thing?
Rising Viper! Rising Falcon! You picked the wrong fight! No escape! We're not finished! Raining Flash! Flew away!
More for the stockpile! Judgment! Light astral energy! Where would I came from?
Here I come! Raining Flash!
Steel force!
I've used a bit too much healing.
Did that get rid of the barrier?
We'll just have to go back and check.
If Almadria's not in her own room, just where the hell is she?
It's possible she may be on the bridge, but I would guess that she's waiting for us elsewhere on the ship.
Which means she's most likely chosen a place where she'll have the advantage in a fight.
Be careful, guys. I came from an entire family of Dahnan mages, and that woman murdered all of them. All on her own. I hate to say it, but she's an incredibly powerful astral artist.
We already know she specializes in controlling wind astral energy. But on top of that, she might try to sick that monster on us again, too.
Right. To that woman, life itself is just a toy for her to play with. Let's make sure we put an end to it. Well, we've only one last place to look. Straight ahead.
Almadria.
There she is! Almadria!
But all alone? Watch yourselves. She's probably planning something.
I was getting rather tired of waiting around. Oh my, and I see you came along as well, Dahnan Witch.
Almadria.
What's this? I thought you couldn't stand the sight of me. Go on, little one. Show me the full force of that hatred of yours. Otherwise, run and hide like a rat raw.
That's enough! How can you smile while causing pain to so many others?
That is the way of those who possess great power. The very way we Renans live by. Those with power set the example, and those without it are forced to obey. Though you two seem to have forgotten that's the way these things work.
And you really think that justifies your actions? You turned all those people into a hollowed sea!
What foolishness. It's only natural that the fate of a slave differ from that of its owner. Very well, I admit I did fan the flames just a tad back in Miez. But it wouldn't have mattered in the slightest if there hadn't been a spark to ignite. Without it, my actions would have been fruitless. Ultimately, it was their very own burning hatred that laid them to waste. To say it was all my fault is simply laying blame at the wrong feet.
No one's perfect. We all have darkness in our hearts. But the atrocities that you've committed, they're unthinkable! Your heart is nothing but darkness!
What a fool! To think time and time again you would challenge Renan authority without so much as an inkling of how things actually work. Such ignorance is why your kind has been enslaved for 300 years. Well, if it isn't Lord Dohalim.
These people are my allies and friends. I won't let you insult them so.
My, what a shock. I never would have expected you to claim mere slaves as your companions. If I didn't know any better, I would question your noble lineage. Oh, how far the mighty have fallen. A traitor such as yourself hardly deserves to be called a lord.
You are nothing compared to Dohalim.
Rinwell.
He would never stand by and laugh. His people hollowed!
Ha! What does it matter? You're descended from those who allowed the power and knowledge entrusted to them to wither away. Your pitiful family may have feared it, but I do not. That knowledge and power is all mine to command. And now, you will witness what that power's truly capable of! Nesmold! Enjoy your meal! Such sad eyes, child. Let me reunite you with your parents.
Shut up! I'm gonna take you down if it's the very last thing I do!
That's right. Loathe me. Every step brings you closer to being me!
You're wrong! You're wrong! I'm nothing like you!
Orochi Fury!
Raging Storm!
Armor won't save
Hope
you!
this works!
It's over! Eat dirt! First strike! Rising Falcon! Strike! First strike! Orochi Fury!
Celestial Hammer!
Rising Wyvern!
Not in your dreams!
I'm not done!
Aqua!
Rising Falcon!
Stay
You're
away!
mine!
More with that!
Rising Falcon! You're finished!
Light
Rising Flash! You're mine! Rising Wyvern!
What's this?
Talon Storm! Strike! Here I come!
Light Astral Energy!
You're finished!
Into the shadows! Photon
You picked the wrong fight!
Come!
You're mine!
Dance in the wind!
Come on, roll now! Flash!
More for the Photon! Here goes!
What's she doing now?
She's infusing her beast with more power.
Get ready!
Rising Wyvern! Rising Falcon! Orochi Fury!
I can carve through armor.
Grinning with hatred.
Now I'm in
It's over! This
Not in
time!
your dreams!
Rising Falcon! You're finished!
Hear me, flame of
Strike!
fury! World!
I'm on it!
Well, this has all good things come to an end. Healing circle!
Quiver Dragon!
Hey, that
You're mine!
water!
Ignite!
Celestial Hammer!
Will this
Raise their cyclone!
Do it! Dominate! In an instant! Impact Cross! Here I come! Blew away!
Healing circle!
That's spot. Nothing gets by me. That's freaking
They're attacking separately!
I can't land a hit on her.
Keep an eye on her. And take out the monster first.
She's no stranger to astral arts.
I can take care of that.
Yeah, take it away.
No! Can't end here!
Beat this is got your name on him.
That's a bit.
Lightning
will
Hurricane! Lightning condemned! Thunder Blade!
I'm just getting started.
Not done yet!
Not my finest.
You'll pay for that!
My true power.
Magic is there!
That looks bad.
Wits about you, people.
More for the south
Rising!
side!
This one's all
Not
mine!
done yet.
Burn!
More where that came from! Lunar Hurricane!
Rising Falcon!
Lunar Blade!
People die.
Here goes! Here's a healing art!
The winds of judgment blow your way! Fall before impending calamity! Chaotic disaster!
I'm only getting started!
So that's the trick up her sleeve.
Your astral arts aren't so special. And now, they're mine! No, I still need to make her pay. Rinwell, you need to focus. I am. I mean, I know.
Try harder! Is this it? not done yet!
That's not my
Take it! Stay away from my friend!
Here goes!
It's
No,
over!
not my watch!
Orochi's fury!
May 1,000 gales carry you to the
Rising
goal!
Wyvern!
I never miss!
Take this!
Can't miss it! Celestial! Lost! You alright?
I'll be okay.
Bring you back from death abyss! Photon! Radiant cascade! Will this help? In here! Forward! More for the satellite!
Hurricane!
Ignite!
The waters of free will! Here goes!
Her master core!
Not while I'm around, she isn't!
Rising Wyvern!
Escape!
Strike!
Quiver Strike!
Here I come!
Will this help?
Eagle Assault! Goodwill!
I'll never forgive you!
What?
I'll take you down! I'll end you! Astral energy!
Say no more.
You murdered my mother and father. But I'm not like you.
Rinwell.
Even now, I hate you. But here I am, unable to let go. Honestly, even if I took my hatred out on you here and now, it wouldn't make me feel any better in the long run. I realize that now. So, I won't kill you. I'll take you in, and make damn sure justice is served the right way.
You would dare mock me with your foolish, useless pity? A Dahnan, nothing more than a mere slave. I won't allow you to...
It's not about what you think. Or being Dahnan or Renan. Because you'll atone for the crimes you committed. And that's all.
It's that swordsman again.
Oh, Lord Volron, what brings you here? No, forgive me. I've forgotten myself. Please allow me to make it up to you, my lord.
Silence now, wretched snake. Does it hurt? It should. That pain is proof you're still alive. Enjoy it.
Volron. Years ago, the Lord of Ganath Haros met a sudden death. His successor was a man by that very name, Volron.
And like a restless lover, I've come back for more.
Stop right there!
Think you can cut me down? What?
happened to him? Alvin! Say something! Let go of me! Let me go!
Shionne!
Alvin!
Shionne!
Alvin!
Come and find me, if you truly are the Sovereign.
After all this time, I'll be free from this hell. I can finally go home. I doubt I'll ever see this place again. Might as well walk the block once more for old time's sake. As usual, nobody wants to explain anything to me. They just threaten and harass me instead. What does everyone think I am? Some sort of talking pet? They're the ones that dragged me all the way up here in the first place. Bastards. I shouldn't have bothered coming out. Might as well head back to my room. just wanted to go back. To Dana. To my home.
Alphen.
Leori.
Alphen. Live for me.
No. Leori. No!
Wait, please. Wait, What was that? That... How long ago was that? That's right. Shion. Oh, right. That's what pain felt like. So much for it all being a bad dream. Where am I? Where is everyone? I need to find them. Better start looking. Leori. Shion. Damn it.
You're mine! Raining... I'm not done! Here I come! Oroshi's Fury! Rising Wyvern! No escape! Slice! It's over! No escape! This one's all mine! Eat dirt! You're mine! Raining... Try harder! Not a chance! No escape! Blow away! Next! Take this! Blow away! Raining... Here I come! Orochi's Fury! Raining Slash! Ha! Blow away! Raining Slash! Ah!
Alvin?
Finwell!
What happened just now? Normally you'd be able to take that thing with your eyes closed.
Thank goodness you're alive. Are you all right?
Yeah.
I'm just glad we found you in one piece. You were the only one still missing. There's a village back the way we came from, Thistleim. Kisara and La are already there.
Finwell, where are we?
Ganeth Haros, Volron's realm. Remember?
Ushered by the waves straight to the enemy stronghold. A rare stroke of luck, it would seem.
Luck?
If Volron's here, that means Shion's close too, right?
Shion? Oh. Right. Of course.
Are you sure you're feeling okay? You seem a little... off.
He's probably just exhausted. Let's save the catching up for when we're back at the village.
You sense one of your pals, Poodle? Speaking of Thistleim, it's populated by Dahnans, but they're not under the rule of any lord. The whole town was built by Dahnan defectors, escapees from elsewhere. This area's teeming with stray Zeugles, though, so the ordeal seems to have left them understandably on edge. Kisara and La are back there right now.
Yeah.
And your sense of pain, too.
Really?
Probably.
I wonder if Alphen's going to be okay.
For now, I believe we should hold off on speculation and simply keep an eye on him.
Right. Hmm? You're saying we should check the Owl Forest?
Alphen! Boy, am I glad to see you safe.
Well, did you manage to convince them we're not in league with any lord?
Yeah, eventually.
When the ship sank, I thought we were done for. Guess the world just couldn't keep us apart.
Yeah, and now we can finally go rescue Shion.
There's something I need to tell you guys first. I got my memory back.
So, what did you remember? Are you able to tell us now?
Give the man some space, Law.
I remember being up on Lenegis.
Go on.
I was abducted from Dano. I was told if I ever wanted to return home, I'd have to cooperate. So that's what I did. Next thing I knew, they had made me into the Sovereign.
You mean to say you won the crown contest? As a Dahnan?
No. They kept me locked in a strange facility. They experimented on me, like I was nothing more than an animal. There were others, but only I survived. Of course, I wasn't really a king. The reality was that they treated me worse even than the lowest slave. The only reason I survived was because my body was able to withstand the Sovereign's power that they placed inside me.
The crest that appeared behind you on Almeidria's ship must have undoubtedly been that of the Sovereign. It all makes sense now. Your affinity with the Blazing Sword, and the strange powers you possess, they were all because you were the Sovereign.
Okay, but why would the Renans go out of their way to give you all that power? Just what exactly does being the Sovereign entail?
They said it was for something called the Spirit Channeling Ceremony. They taught me how to harness my power for when the big day came. As for what the ceremony was actually for, unfortunately, I never found out.
So if what you're saying about being on Lenegis is true, then maybe you really did meet Shion. After all, you said you recognized her from somewhere, right?
But Shion said she'd never seen him before. How do you explain that?
I was wrong. It wasn't Shion I knew from Lenegis. It was Naori. She was a Renan maiden they paired me with during the spirit channeling ceremony. She's the woman I kept seeing in my dreams.
A maiden? What?
Wait, so this Naori figure just happens to be the double of Shion? Bit coincidental, isn't it?
Naori's family name was Imerys.
Imerys? As in Shion Imerys?
So they're distant relatives or something? Wait, or are they sisters?
Your guess is as good as mine. All I know is it was Naori. She's the one who put the mask on me.
The mask? But why?
To keep my soul from devouring itself over the guilt. After what I did on Lenegis. Over the lives I took.
Lives? You mean you staged a rebellion?
Perhaps it was a part of this spirit channeling ceremony?
I don't know. Whatever it was that the spirit channeling ceremony was supposed to achieve, it didn't turn out as planned. I lost consciousness halfway through. By the time I came to, Lenegis was a sea of flames. I opened my eyes to see Naori there, weeping. I shudder to think of how many deaths I caused that day. Certainly more than any of these lords can claim, I'm sure.
You really expect us to believe this? First the Sovereign, then Lenegis? You couldn't possibly have done all that.
I wonder. In ancient scripture, there is tell of a terrible calamity that befell Lenegis, nearly destroying it. The restoration took years, and required the work of countless laborers.
By ancient, you mean...
It predates the crown contest, to a time before even the first Renan invasion of Dana. More than 300 years ago.
300? But that'd make Alphen...
That's right. I'm pretty much an antique of a human being. Deep down, maybe I already knew.
Alphen...
Some hero, huh? Cooperating with the same villains who snatched me from my home, committing mass slaughter, only for it to slip my mind. Then, when I finally remember, turns out I'm so old I've got scripture written about me. So much for standing up to injustice. I've probably got more blood on my hands than all the lords combined!
Alphen, stop! Honestly, I'm not going to pretend to understand what all this means. But what I do know is that right now, you're just reacting to the shock.
Kisara.
Listen, what you really need is time. Time to process things and get your head straight. Truth be told, I think that probably goes for all of us.
What about Shion? We can't just...
I'm worried about Shion too, Law. But it's clear that Alphen's in no fit state to fight. This is Volron, remember? Even at full capacity, it's practically a suicide mission. We stay put in the village till we're ready. Okay, everyone? Take some time to think things through, okay? But remember, we're all here for you if you need us. No matter how dark things might seem, you're not alone, Alphen.
Thank you.
It's fine. All right, everyone. Let's break for now.
Do I even have the right to fight? Do I have the right to go to Shion's rescue? What do the others think?
You're certainly full of surprises, aren't you?
Trust me, it's not intentional.
Sorry, that was insensitive of me. Though, there's still an awful lot I wish I could understand. Every new piece of information seems only to yield further mysteries. The truth feels just as elusive as when we first started. I am well aware of where you got your powers. But why, as a Dahnan, do you bear the same crest? More to the point, why choose a Dahnan for their sovereign in the first place? And then there is the Maiden, a figure so powerful, she's playing yin to the sovereign's yang in esoteric ceremonies. And yet, I've never even heard of her. Then again, this all occurred 300 years ago. What if the term sovereign doesn't even hold the same meaning as it did back then? Listen, I may be a traitor among my people, but I am still Renan, born and raised. I learned the same history, listened rapt to the same tales. And yet now I feel like there was little truth to any of it.
Speaking of which, there's something else that I remember from the spirit channeling ceremony. It used the Renis Alma.
You're certain?
Yes. Or at least that's what they called it. Only you would know if it was one and the same.
Oh, I have never laid eyes on the real artifact myself. And you never participated in a crown contest. You're not even Renan. Many mysteries lay buried in these 3 centuries past.
3 centuries is more than several lifetimes. Was I really out that long?
Well, I'm only estimating based on historical record. But all the facts would seem to point that way.
Who the hell am I?
If I may be frank, we have even bigger fish to fry than that. By comparison, the far more important question at hand is, just what does it all mean?
Frank, huh?
Sometimes, we need a little help in addressing the truth behind our pain. Not to compete over lives lost, but I suspect your count is still somewhat beneath mine.
Thanks for lending me an ear. And sorry for being a bother.
Please, no thanks are necessary. The quicker you get back on your feet, the sooner we can all get back out there.
All this time, I thought it was the worrying about Xion and the pain bringing you down. I didn't realize you were lonely too.
I guess all of us are. In one way or another.
Yeah, but you've only just found out. I mean, no, not found out. Remembered.
To tell you the truth, I was actually beginning to forget I'd even lost my memory in the first place. Now that it's returned, well, you can see what I'm like. It's strange. When I think about Lenegis, it still feels like it was only a year or 2 ago that I was there. But then I realized what feels like years was actually centuries ago.
What about your hometown? Do you know if it's still there?
I doubt it. When the Renans invaded, the world as I knew it changed overnight. Even if the place is still there physically, I expect the people will be long gone. Certainly everyone I knew, at least. My family, my friends.
Yeah, I know how that feels. I have no home to return to either. No family waiting for me. I used to curse my bad luck that I'd ever been born a mage in the first place. Otherwise, if I hadn't, maybe my mother and father would still be alive today. Although if that had been the case, I guess I'd probably still be just another slave with no means to resist. I'd never have met up with you guys, that's for sure.
Have you learned to embrace your powers yet?
Nuh-uh. I resent them a little less than before, though. They've kept me alive this long, right? I try not to think about it too much. After all, who can predict what the future will hold? I guess what I'm trying to say is that with everything that's happened in your past, finding out you're the Sovereign and all, it's no wonder you're conflicted. Heck, honestly, I think anyone would be.
Rinwell.
First it was Xion, then it was me, and now it's you. All of us suffering. just because of some power we never even asked for.
Yeah. All this time you were suffering right in front of me, and I never even knew. I feel like I finally understand what you and Xion were going through.
You couldn't have known. Still, if you want to make it up to her, shouldn't we hurry it up and rescue her already? Poor Xion must be lonely, all by herself wherever she is.
Yeah, you're right. Let's get going. What do you see out there?
Zeugles. Strays by the looks of it. We unwittingly disturbed their territory on our way here, and now they're looking pretty riled up. So, feel like you're making headway? You know, sorting through things?
All I know is Xion needs our help. As for what happens after that...
Say, how did you get back down here from Lenegis, anyway?
I came down in a Renan starship. I have Naori to thank for that.
What happened to her? Did she come with you?
She stayed behind. Just as I wanted to get back to Dana and my people, Naori's place was with her fellow Renans, performing her duties as the Maiden. Neither of us asked for the power or roles we were given. I suppose we felt a kinship with each other in that sense. But even then...
Wait, so you mean it wasn't just Danans like you that Lenegis abducted? You're saying they forced Naori, one of their own, to serve against her will as well?
Even within Renan society itself, there exists a hierarchy. I don't think she was ever given the option to refuse. Despite that, she did everything she possibly could to serve her people. The very same ones I ended up slaughtering. And even after that, she still helped me escape back to Dana. She stayed behind on Lenegis to help any of her people who survived. I owe her more than words can express. A debt left to fester for what? 300 years? How do I even begin to make up for something like that?
In all honesty, you don't. You can't atone for what's happened in the past. I don't think anyone can. Be it several centuries ago, or just yesterday.
What are you saying? That I might as well give up?
I'm saying you don't have to be a white knight in shining armor. Back after my brother had passed away, it was you who told me that his dream lived on inside me. And you did the same for him, for Dohalim, when he was ready to give up too. You were there for both of us. You know what I heard? I heard you telling me to keep fighting, to strive no matter what.
Then I was out of line. I had no right to ask that of you.
No, you're wrong. Those words were exactly what I needed to hear at the time. In fact, I would go as far as to say that I wouldn't even be here had I not heard them. Left to my own devices, who knows when I would have been able to pick myself up. Besides, it's not like killing all those people was a choice that you made of your own free will, right? The truly terrible ones are the people who abducted you. The ones who forced you to wield that power. They're the ones you should be blaming. Not only that, but that guilt you feel inside, that's all the proof you need to know you're a good person, Alphen. Do you understand? If I'm still allowed to fight and keep on living, then damn it, Alphen, so the hell are you. But, if you're still not convinced, then ask yourself this. What is it that you've really been fighting for this whole time? Go on, ask yourself.
What I've been fighting for, huh?